I'm like, hello, everyone.
Hi.
We are basically freezing.
I got cake.
My phone will not focus, so just forgive me that my phone won't focus. And all right, you guys, so a couple of things. One, stars are enabled on this video, so if you're watching, send stars. And two, there is a link to subscribe for access to exclusive content in our secret group. So don't forget that today is Friday, but tomorrow we do have our giveaway. And for some reason, like I said, my phone won't auto adjust and focus, so I'm like a weird orange color, but it happens and I'm unimpressed by it. It is basically freezing.
Mom, I got cake.
One, we had a water line bust, so they are working on that, and we had to doctor all of the donkeys because they were super starting to cough and be sick. Active star party. We have a star party. Hey, how are you?
Good, how are you?
It is freezing.
Yes.
It is freezing. We have a star party. Star party.
Tell
Star
me to
party.
stars for my knee.
Lena.
How is the pecker horse? Cactus is fine. I mean, Cactus has been like that for a long time, so we cleaned as much as we could off, but Tuesday we will be laying him down and fixing that. We're going to actually clean all of it off, and we are going to basically... What, baby?
Did Mimi die?
Who's Mimi?
Mimi died.
Who died?
Me.
Who's Mimi?
Mimi.
Who's that, baby?
Mimi is a horse.
No, baby.
Did Mimi die?
No, baby. We're doctoring the donkeys. So basically all the donkeys started coughing. It's been a lot. So anyway, they're having to catch all of the donkeys, and
Donkey died.
yes, we had a donkey the other day that didn't make it. So basically, fast forward from that to now, we just have been keeping 2 eyes on the donkeys, and
I
now
got cake, Mom.
with all of the weather change, we just wanted to make sure they all basically got caught, and we've gotten pretty much all of them some exceed today. So it's been a long day for my staff. Dara and Elizabeth have absolutely busted their ass in this cold weather. Tinley is back there in her like Mickey Mouse she has a Minnie Mouse snowsuit on because my car says it is 22 degrees outside. So normally my phone will auto adjust. I wonder why it won't today. There's like a, I don't know why, but are we? All right, you guys, so basically, hey, Lane, go get a bale of hay for her. Thank you. All right, you guys, it is just freezing. It is absolutely freezing here, and like I said, they are catching all the donkeys and getting them doctored, and Jacob is on his way with a load of horses, and I am just trying to keep my child from being out in the cold and getting
Mommy,
sick.
I got cake. I got cake.
I don't know why this thing won't auto adjust.
I got cake. I got cake.
You guys ever feel that way? All right, we have 2 minutes on the clock for this star party, and we are more than halfway there. So, we are definitely feeling the Mercury retrograde here. It has been absolutely a shit day. So we kept Taquito, if you remember my calf Taquito that we saved from being a burrito. Well, this morning when we were trying to pin everything to doctor the sick horses, a mare kicked him in the forehead and killed him. So my staff has had a really shit day. Like, even Jacob was like, well, I mean, you know, he was just a calf. But anyway, we ran him up in the alley and started sorting, and she just decided to spin and start kicking him, and she kicked him right in the forehead and killed him. And Daryl was just
Who got killed?
devastated. Taquito, baby. Taquito.
Taquito?
So, we are getting really super close. So, we're pretty much...
Hey, Lena.
So, it has just been kind of one of those days to where we had a water line break. We have 14 donkeys. We have 14 donkeys. there were 15 and we lost the one the other day. So all 14 of these donkeys had to be doctored because, yeah, it's just been a really...
We don't want my donkey to die.
No, baby, your donkey, Campancho and Mommy Campancho are in the back, and they haven't been up here, so I'm not worried about them getting sick, baby. So...
Mom, did we get my donkey's seed?
No, baby, your donkeys are in the back, and we don't have to worry about them getting sick.
But it's cold.
Hey, Lane. There is a miniature blanket, a miniature pony blanket. It's probably in the office or in my tack room. Will you look everywhere for it? They're actual blue, like, miniature pony blankets. And get one on her, please. Yes, ma'am. Thank you.
We killed the star party.
We did kill that star party. So it has just been a day. Well, it gets worse. So Jacob's dad has a boy that works for them named Jason, and he got hit head on by a truck this morning in the curve, not even half a mile from Jacob's dad's house, and we don't know if he's gonna make it. So it's just kind of been a really not great day. So anyway, Taquito got kicked, and I mean, Dara was just devastated. She called me and she was like bawling and apologizing, and I told her,
hey, Mosquito, did Mosquito got home?
No, Mosquito is fine. And Charlie is missing. We think the neighbor shot him. But in the neighbor's defense, Charlie had been going down and attacking their chickens. And every time we would try to chain Charlie up or cage him up, he wasn't ours.
Hey,
so
Mom.
it's just been, have you guys, we've all done it, right?
Jess missed Charlie.
Yes, Jess does miss Charlie. Jess is devastated because she misses Charlie. So one Charlie has gone missing. We think that the neighbor shot him. In the neighbor's defense, yes, in the neighbor's defense, if you go down and attack somebody's chickens and you won't stay home, I mean, obviously Charlie was not our dog. So he just showed up here and we have given him a home, but it still sucks for us. So, Charlie is gone, and we hope maybe he will show back up, but probably not. And then Taquito, my steer, got kicked in the head today by a horse and killed, and that has absolutely killed Dara. I think Dara took that harder than anybody because she's the one that was pinning everything when it happened. And if you own livestock, you're going to own dead stock. That's just part of it. So, this is, yes. You can sit right here. Elizabeth is going to get in and thaw out. So, the thing about days like today is we have a cold front that has hit. And it sucks because we are trying to...
I got cake, Little Beth.
We know, baby. Because, one, we're trying to get everything up and get them doctored because that's part of it. I mean, it's 20-something degrees, and it was in the high 70s 3 days ago. So, this is not typical weather. But, yeah, it's not really a laundry list of problems. Like, it's just, you know, the donkeys all need to be doctored. So, we had to pin all of them and get them doctored. It is a lot. It's a lot. So... right? It's been a lot. Elizabeth has PTSD. She said today after Taquito getting killed, Elizabeth was like, I feel like
I'm almost insecure.
She's like, I am really super insecure about my job now because I felt like I had gotten really good at my job. And now I'm like, what could I have done different? And I'm like, here's the thing about it. Yesterday, Jacob and his dad were working 200 cows. So 250 head of cows, and they're all high-headed mama cows. And they had one that flipped upside down and broke her neck in the stalks. Like, when you own livestock, you're going to own dead stock. And I think that the problem with it is that we live in a society, and I have a hate group. So they are going to watch this video and dissect everything I say, and they're going to be like, oh my God, stuff dies all the time there. Well, not all the time. Just sometimes. But there's a difference between, and anybody
Mommy,
that works at a cell barn,
I want cuddle cake.
Okay, baby.
I want pink.
Will tell you that every single week that they have a cell, something probably dies.
I wanted red cake.
And if you run enough head through a cell barn, you might lose more than one. That's just the way that it is. And
Mom, I don't want
my
cake
husband is
anymore.
like unfazed, so I call him and I'm like all upset and I'm like, Taquito got
Well, I
kicked in the
don't want
head
my
and
cake anymore.
killed. And I mean, I wasn't here, so that's like what the mayor just turned around and started 2-foot kicking him and kicked him.
In the shed at that, so he's like trying to run.
He's like trying to get away from her, and she had him
she's
cornered.
just fucking KOing him back to back. I almost jumped in and I was like, I'm not gonna win that fight.
Yeah, I wouldn't have wanted you to get hurt. So, anyway, so days like today just suck. Like, literally had a horse back up to a steer and start 2-foot kicking him to the point that she killed him. And I guess my point is like, this is the stuff that nobody talks about because it's like a secret. Does that make sense? Like, everybody just wants to be like, oh. And I want to not normalize death, but for people to understand that, like, it happens. And so Elizabeth and Dara both have, like, tried, like, Dara was, like, apologizing to me. And I'm like, you don't have anything to be sorry about. Like, this is not something that...
I'm not seeing no mini pony blankets. All I'm seeing is some neck deals that go
Nope, there's 2 that have never been opened.
in the office.
They might be. And they're just in, they've never been opened. And they say pony blankets.
Okay.
There were 6, and we put 2 of them on ones out there, 2 of them back there, and there's 2 that are unopened.
Okay.
Thank you. For sure. Look at Irby and Thor. Thor is like trying to strip Irby of his blanket, and Irby is running from him. Like, you can't take my blanket off of me. Assholes, look at him. You see him? Look at Thor trying to race Irby like he's a racehorse. Thor thinks he is fast business.
But
That mare had lived with that steer for a week and never had an issue, and I guess we just upset her today. I don't know. Anyway, she's a fucking psychopath, and she's going to slaughter. So, oh, my seat. It's fine. Elizabeth, unfortunately, just sat in my seat covered in mud, and now my car seat is completely covered in mud. I don't think she realized she was covered in mud. Anyway. So part of the problem with society is that everybody wants to talk about the good, and they want to talk about the highlight reels, and they never want to talk about, like, days that go bad, shit that goes bad. Right now we're having to doctor 14 donkeys that are barely halter broke because we don't want them to die.
I think Troy just went to leave you.
You think Charlie just wanted to leave here? Okay. Well, we'll stick with that idea. I think Charlie just wanted to leave here too.
Hey, I think Charlie's missing.
He is missing, baby. He's been missing for a couple of days.
Mom.
But I will say that the neighbor had come down here twice and asked us if that was our dog. And we told the neighbor he showed up here. We have been feeding him because we're not going to let him be here and be hungry. And they said, well, he has come at night and attacked our chickens. And I said, well, he doesn't belong to us, and we don't have the right to, like, chain him up or pin him up. And when we do, he yodels, like, he howls the entire time to the point that it's, you know, it's awful.
Mom,
And
I hope Troy shows back up again.
I hope so too, baby. I hope so too. But as you can see, the girls are trying to doctor the donkeys. Right there. And this little mare is eating her hay. There's all the donkeys. So as they doctor them, they're putting them in there. We're trying to find a blanket for her because she is shivering. And
Charlie is missing.
Charlie is missing, baby.
I think Leo's mom and dad shot him.
Oh, baby, that's not the right neighbors, baby. Not the neighbors at our house. The neighbors out here in the country, because Charlie was going to their house and attacking their chickens.
Why?
I don't know why he was doing it. He's an animal.
I think Charlie didn't want Jess anymore.
I don't know, baby. I don't think it had anything to do with Jess. I think he was a hound dog, and they just have instincts, and his instincts were to attack the chickens. That's just unfortunate, but
Well, Charlie will show up back again.
Maybe he'll show up again.
Mom.
Charlie was a little hobo, and he just showed up, and he was here, but he wasn't ours to like tie up or chain up. Dr. Hanlon wouldn't neuter him. We had asked Dr. Hanlon numerous times to neuter him.
Hey, I got gloves.
You do have new gloves. Tinley has little gloves. What size is that?
I don't know. It's sitting up on the shelf.
That's not it, I don't think, but let me see. That's definitely not it. There are 2 pony blankets, and that's not waterproof either. And the 2 pony blankets say pony blankets. They're in the wrapper. Okay. Did you look in the office?
Yeah, I looked in the office.
I'll be right back, baby.
Mom.
No, ma'am. My child is gonna scream and cry because, yeah, let's see. You know that they were in here, but we need to figure out where. Hey, Elizabeth! God, it's been a fucking shit day, and it's so fucking cold and so muddy. Like, it is so cold and so muddy and so disgusting. What? Tinley, that's enough. The werewolf is gonna come because you're crying for no reason. Well, I don't like it either.
Mom, I don't like you anymore.
It happens.
Mom, I don't want him to show up and get me.
Well, then don't cry for no reason. You're not hurt.
Mom, you just don't like feelings.
I'm sorry your feelings are hurt.
Mom, what did you
But your feelings are hurt because I made you stay in the car when it's 20 degrees outside, and that's not something your feelings should be hurt over, baby. That's just life.
Well, Mom,
Sorry.
You're so mean to me.
We're having that day. We're having the day where my child is like crisising because she hasn't been getting her way all day because it's literally freezing outside. So it's freezing. So my child is like having a crisis over and over again that she cannot go outside and do what she wants. And there are times in life to where, first of all, we've been working on her differentiating, like, I'm hurt versus my feelings are hurt. Yes, Tinley.
I'm in the well of him.
No, he's not.
Where is he?
Well, if you keep crying, he'll be here.
Where is he?
I don't know.
He's in the next open.
Maybe.
Why?
Because that's what werewolves do.
Well, why is the well of him?
Because you were crying.
Why is that donkey running?
But anyway.
Why is that donkey running?
He's running because they're trying to rope him and catch him so they can give him medicine. She is super verbal. Are your feelings still hurt? Why?
Because you left me in the car.
Because I left you in the car. But if I got you out, you would get super muddy and it's freezing cold, baby.
But is Elizabeth muddy?
Yes, Elizabeth is super muddy. There we go. Perfect. Where did you find it?
It was in Elizabeth's deal, but
Perfect.
You think it'll fit her?
Yep, it'll be fine. Just you stretch it on her. If you have to let it be super open in the front and pull it back, anything's better than nothing. She's really cold. The mama has been gaining a lot of weight since we weaned her baby.
Mom, I'm still mad.
I know you're mad, but I still love you. I love you. And you'll get over being mad.
I am mad again.
It's okay. I get mad sometimes too. That's just part of life.
Mom, I Hey, Charlie's gonna go to the doctor.
Maybe. I would let Tinley out, except for it's genuinely so muddy that as soon as she gets out, like I walked from the car to the office and I was like slipping with my shoes on. So it's just really super slick and muddy outside, like to the point that it's almost like I know Tinley's going to fall and bust her ass, and then I'm going to have to put her in the car seat and she's going to be soaking wet. And then once she gets in the car, obviously I can warm the car up and she'll warm back up, but there'll just be mud everywhere. And that's just not, I'm not scared about Tinley being out in the cold. The cold is not how you get sick. There's always been a misconception that you get cold and then get hot in the cold, and that's just not how it works.
Look, the donkey are wedding.
You know, my parenting skills are probably average at best because this is the only kid I have and I'm winging it. But I do feel like that we need to normalize that you're going to have bad days with your kids. I see a lot of things on social media that I don't agree with. Like, I feel like anytime something happens here, my staff is so worried that they're going to, like, be publicly shamed by the hate group. They're not even worried about the repercussions or from me. They're worried that if it gets, and I'm, the ones right over there, baby, the ones across the street, right there, they have chickens. And I told them this morning, I told them this morning, what those people say about us on social media is none of our business. And they're like, yeah, but you don't need, and that's how I know that my staff loves me. They're like, but you don't need the hate. And I'm like, if somebody hates me because we're all mourning the loss of Taquito because he got kicked by a horse, they're not somebody that deserves to be in our tribe. Like, that is psychotic. Like,
I need you to
where's your phone? You have not said 5 words to me, and then I get on live video and you have everything to say, which I'm fine talking to you. I mean, I will talk to you all day long, but I mean, what is it that you want to talk about? What?
Hey,
What?
you gotta let all the horses out to check on neighbors.
I'm not letting my horses loose to go to the neighbors.
Yeah, you are.
No, I'm not.
Why?
Because that's not smart.
They're gonna come back.
They might not come back. Horses don't come back if you let them loose. They run away. Oh, you didn't know that, did you? If we let them loose, they'll never come back.
They just go attack our neighbors.
They're not going to attack the neighbors.
Why?
Well, because that's not what horses do, baby. They're not going to go attack the... Tinley said, let's let all the horses loose and they'll go attack the neighbors for shooting Charlie.
No. The neighbors.
Then they'll come back. Baby, the horses are not going to go attack the neighbors.
Why?
Because horses don't attack people, baby. Only Taquito, apparently. Oh my God.
Oh, Poe. Hey, can you let my little horse out?
Cole?
Yeah.
No, he's all right.
Well, why is Cole not getting out?
Because every time we let Cole out, he's a nuisance and he breaks stuff and gets into stuff and tears stuff up and gets underneath the house and does weird stuff that ponies shouldn't do. He's a nuisance, baby. That's what you call Cole. Can you say nuisance?
Mom, don't pinch it.
Here's the deal. She looks like a fat man in a little coat, but better.
Hey, do you want... I don't think I can get the leg straps on.
Is the other one bigger?
Which one?
The other blanket. There were 2 of them.
I didn't see... That's the only one I found in there. Oh, no, but she didn't know how she felt about that blanket.
Just in case y'all are wondering what they look like. At the end of the day,
Hi, guys.
Charlie was unfortunately going to the neighbor's house and attacking their chickens, and they came and they told us he was doing it, and I told them that I was really sorry and that he was not our dog, so he had showed up here and that we had fed him because we weren't going to let him be at my property and not have food and not be able to eat.
Just told our neighbors that was just his dog.
And
Charlie has to go to the doctor. Yeah.
Yep.
Charlie has to go though.
So we don't know. Yeah. Well, that's the only pony blanket that we have.
I think
But
a werewolf ate Charlie.
you think a werewolf ate Charlie?
Yeah.
Well, that would be sad. That would be very sad.
Why did the werewolf eat Charlie?
Why did what?
Why did the werewolf eat Charlie?
Well, probably because Charlie was attacking the neighbor's chickens.
Was
The horse regrets ordering from Wish is right.
hey, wait. I think the horse attacked Charlie. Mom, I think Charlie got shot and Charlie died. Mom. Mommy.
Okay.
That mean heifer, we've got her in that alley over there.
I see her.
Do you want us to leave her there in that iron
we
one?
need to
And I'll
leave
get
her.
some water over there and some hay to her.
Yeah,
And then put the donkeys in the catch pen?
yeah.
Okay.
Are the donkeys leaving?
How's the baby she kicked? He's
Huh?
hurt too.
It's limping,
limping.
its leg is swelled, but it is using it. It's putting weight on it.
Yeah, just watch it. If it gets non-weight bearing, we need to have Scott look at
Okay.
it. The mare that killed Taquito also kicked the fire out of a baby repeatedly until it was... I don't know what the fuck is wrong with that bitch.
She's crazy.
I've never wanted to just shoot a horse and not... I mean, I told Jacob today, I was like, can you just do something with her? And then I finally told him, how mad would you be if we just shoot her and she's gone?
What do you say?
He said to put her in the alley and that he would make sure that she got picked up and shipped to slaughter.
That's one, Tara, I do not feel no.
Remorse for
Goofy.
goofy fucking bitch.
Mom.
I'll get her
Why
some
are-
water in there.
What I don't like is that she acts completely fucking psycho, and then anytime you put any pressure on her, she just wants to attack.
Yeah.
And I understand that maybe that somebody's done something to her in her life, but at this point, like, it's...
Wayne, would you go get my medicine caddy?
Alright, so all the donkeys are
Medicated. They've all
Medicated.
had 7 and 10.
perfect.
Every one of them. And the bad ones, like the ones that were visibly
Sick?
weak, they
Yeah.
got DMSO.
Okay. There's
They would've
5...
all got DMSO, but
There's
that's what I
5.
had thought.
Well, I texted the people that own them and told them that there were like 5 that had really snotty noses and that most of them had a cough. But, I mean, all you can do is just pin them and doctor them. There's...
Well, we got them all doctored.
Well, and I told them this morning, the only thing that sucks is that it's so cold that we're going to have to get them hot to doctor them. You know what I mean? We're going to have to chase them and get them hot to doctor them, and that worries me too because...
It wasn't too bad.
No, it didn't look like it. They all look okay.
Except for that one that grabbed a hold of my overalls. That was scary. I just knew.
You were going to die?
Bro, I felt his teeth grab my skin.
The
As
donkey
soon as I
attacked
pulled
you?
back, it grabbed. I was upside down with my overalls in
God.
his fucking mouth on the floor. Like, he's got my overalls. Get him the fuck off of me. That was scary.
You got savagely attacked by it.
That was fucking. I
would
knew.
do me a favor and get the dogs out of the barn before Jacob gets here. That's not going to be okay.
Okay,
with
yeah,
him.
no, I was just doing that while we was in here getting them out because Cleo was helping.
He came untrained over the stall that Mosquito was in.
Who?
My husband did.
Oh.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, Skeeter does be fucking up.
Well, the mules look better.
Miss Violet.
The mule. I miss Violet every day,
He
baby.
got some drainage, but he looks way better.
Tomorrow, let's catch them, and if it still has snot, and give it another shot of Exceed tomorrow.
Who's the next dog who died?
I don't know. My poor child is 3, and today we've had to have a lot of discussion about death.
I'm sorry.
It's not your fault. It happens.
Mommy, what,
It's been a fucking day.
what ne-
It's been a freaking 24 hours.
Yeah. But no sign of Charlie still. I'm sure the neighbors, I mean, they said that he was attacking their chickens. And they came over and told Jess, too, that he was.
You can put that
I
one
mean,
in the trash.
And you can't be mad at somebody for shooting him and defending their animals. Like, I can't.
She acted like that one day. She about halfway wanted to accuse me and Elizabeth, and I'm like, what the hell am I gonna?
I mean, they came over and said that he had been over there attacking their chickens. And I'm telling you, as somebody that owns livestock, if your dog came on my property and attacked my livestock, I would shoot your dog to protect mine. And Charlie wouldn't stay here. Charlie wanted to roam. So, and I don't think neutering him, he's old enough now. And I asked Dr. Hanlon multiple times to neuter that dog, and he didn't feel comfortable because he said that dog wasn't ours and he didn't want it to come back on him, that he had neutered somebody's dog without permission.
Well, and as old as he is, I don't know if neutering him would have changed anything about him.
I don't know either.
Other than him being able to make babies.
Yeah. So.
Now, if you neuter them when they're pups and they never breed, you can keep them home.
What, Tinley? She looks like a fat man in a little coat. With her butt hanging out. Her whole butt hanging out. Okay. So I probably...
Well, I'm going to warm up and then get in that barn and pick up the mess Jess left over there. And
okay.
get Jacob 2 stalls completely set up and ready to go.
Yeah.
And 2 blankets.
I think that what he wants us to do is in a day or two catch these 2 big mules. And we're going to put them up also and start working with them. I think he just wants us to feed them 3 times a day and get them big. These 2 and then these 2 and then a pair that he has that are coming, and that other mule, a really good friend of ours has them consigned to a...
What's he bringing in from picking?
He bought a pair of buckskin draft crosses that an old man had a heart attack and his kids had to sell, but they have a ton of video of them pulling a wagon, and Jacob bought them. Somebody called and said, can you front the money to buy this pair and get Tara to prep them? I want them. I don't have the money, but I know that I can sell them at this wagon sell. And Jacob looked up the prices from last year and looked at them, and so Jacob made the deal and paid for them. So we fronted the money. You and I are going to get them looking immaculate. Phenomenal. Yep, and then they sell in a draft horse sale. They're buckskins, and they're half quarter horse and half... Not Jake. Yeah, they're 7 and 8 years old, and they're beautiful. They're beautiful. And then he's got a couple that people local got rid of.
I need 78 blankets?
Probably, yeah. Okay. They're not giant. They're not big. They're not bigger than Thor, but they're big.
But 78.
Yeah. They're like foundation quarter horse draft crosses.
I'm really liking that gray, and Fame, man,
Fame is phenomenal. He just can't take... He can't take anybody being mean to him. You can't be... And if you're mean to him, he never forgets it.
Yeah.
You can be mean to him one time and then be nice to him 100 times, and it doesn't matter because he remembers that you have the capability of being mean.
Well, what I've been doing is at night when I can't sleep, I'll come out here and just go in there and just be with him and just pet. And he's getting to where he's looking when I come through there. He'll be like,
yeah, I love that horse. Chance looks good. Look at him down there. I saw him. He was running to the end of his run and then turned around
he was. His energy is really picking up.
Yeah. I did notice though when I went down there. Elizabeth, you need to call Misty and tell her that when I walked in the barn a minute ago, Chance had there was alfalfa coming out his nose. So we need to watch him and make sure he's not choked or try to figure out why that's come back out his nose. I wouldn't have done that. But I'm not going to tell Dr. Hanlon what to do. But
no. All right, well, I'm going to go warm up so I can get in that barn.
What do y'all have left to do?
The barns and refeed outside. Hey, Misty.
We've got everything else she said to do done.
Have y'all eaten yet? Y'all want to go eat?
We haven't eaten.
I'd
be all about eating.
Okay.
Elizabeth!
We're going to go eat. You want to ride with me?
Just a second, boss. I'm on the phone with Misty.
You want to ride with me?
I got her with
Okay. All right.
Hey,
Do you want to go to Jalapeno Tree?
Jalapeno tree?
Yeah. Does Jalapeno Tree sound okay?
Yeah.
hey, could
Alright.
you get at the back with me?
Dara! Tinley wants y'all to ride with us. Get in, Lane. You'll have to move all the horse papers.
My boots are muddy.
That's okay. Elizabeth has already fucked everything up in here. She'll clean it up. She told me she would.
You're not getting
What is wrong with you? What is wrong with
you
you?
want Lane to ride up here and me ride back there with you?
It's okay. Come on, baby.
Here, I will go in our truck, okay?
Do y'all see my child back there? Okay, Lane, come get in the front.
I can't get out.
Oh yeah, I've got the child locks on. Your mom will have to get you out. Get in my car. And remain your mom. Like I feel like I'm in some kind of a horror movie. Get out.
Hey, do you want me to ride back here with you?
Yeah, that's what's wrong with her.
All right, look out here. I am right here, baby girl.
Tinley,
here.
stop
I'm
the
right
bullshit.
I'm right here. It's okay.
Tinley has had a
here.
day where
You
she
want my
has
hand?
cried all day for no reason.
You sure?
I think she just is mad because for 2 days now she's not really been able to get outside.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? She's just been trapped in the house, and she does not want to be trapped in the house.
Yeah.
She wants out.
Oh,
and
it's so cold. I wouldn't even let Lane out this morning.
Well, I'm not so worried about her getting... I'm not worried about the cold as much as I'm worried about her getting wet. You know what I mean? Baba! I saw Elizabeth down here. Baba! We have got to get all this picked up. It's driving me nuts.
She might have went in the house.
I'll call her when we get down the road. No, she's right there.
Oh, she is?
Did he eat everything that was in his bucket?
It's not coming out his nose.
Yeah, it was.
It's on his lip. I just looked inside his nostril and everything.
It was in his nose. For sure. So, for sure. I mean,
It's on the top of his lip.
probably now, but what about, did he eat everything that was in his bucket? He's finishing everything good? All right. Just watch him to make sure that maybe he might have some displacement of the soft palate or something. Because when they displace in the soft palate, that's what causes that to come back up their nose like that. So you just have to watch the jalapeno tree.
I'll cash up you. Tell him bring me something.
I'm sure you cash app her because my cash app is...
What is it?
Huh?
What is it?
What is what?
What's wrong? Oh, you're on live.
I am live, but no, nothing is wrong. I mean, it's just, let's see, Charlie's missing. Taquito is dead. The fucking donkeys, we need to put them back out there. You can get them across, you think?
You want them back out in that pen?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
They gotta go back in their pen.
Okay.
Is that what you want? Is a high five?
Hey,
Do you want a fucking high five?
Hey, Lane, let's just run to the store. I don't want to leave her here doing that.
I just have to open the gate and run them across. Yeah, right. Goodbye. I like you. I'm gonna leave it at that. I'm going home. Goodbye. No, we're going. If Elizabeth wants to go eat with us, she can go eat with us. But she has a friend over. She's a friend. This one's a girl. She's just fucking confused. Poor Elizabeth. She's just so confused. Jesus Christ. It's been a fucking day. It's been a day. So. Oh, don't worry. Whenever people ask things like that, don't listen. Y'all, just ignore people. They just want attention. Can you imagine sitting at home and being have nothing better to do and get onto somebody's like live video and be like, will you marry me? Will you marry me? Will you marry me? I didn't even address it. He's asked me 10 times. I don't give a fuck. I think that's the next thing. We all have to remember that what other people say about us is just not any of our fucking business. Well, baby, I don't know that we're going to be able to take Charlie to the doctor because currently we haven't found him. You know, it has just been a day. So poor Taquito. So Taquito died. All the donkeys had to be doctored. 5 of them are how many of them are super sick?
4.
4 are really, really sick.
There's only 2 that are like weak.
Yeah. This guy right here lost this cow or whatever, and he just like put a tarp over it, and it's, oh, they moved it. Anyway, it was just dead with a tarp over it for days, and I thought to myself, if I were to do that, they would like have the authorities on me. Our neighbor lost a cow, and it's just been there with a tarp over it for days, but apparently they got it buried, which is great. But I'm just telling you, if we had something die and we just put a tarp over it for like a week, somebody would like have the authorities at our house.
Right.
Anyway, my whole point today is there are people that are going to get on here and they're going to say things, and it's fine. I personally don't care. There's going to be moments in life where everything goes wrong, and it feels like everything goes wrong. What you going to do about it? Like, I think the worst thing that we can do is react to it. I mean, like, the devil would love for all of us to just fucking be like sobbing and feeling like it's the end of the world. It's a bad day. Actually, it's not even a bad day. It was a bad 5 minutes. Nothing else has died today, Dara. And I did proceed to tell everything on the property that if anything else wanted to unalive today, that it needed to do it before dark. If you choose to unalive today, can you just do it before the sun sets?
I know that the best part of my last 24 hours has been this little girl back here holding my hand.
Yeah, she's super. Well, we have had a 24 hours, that's for sure. And then the boy that works for Gary got hit head on, and I don't think he's going to make it. I don't know if he got hit by a log truck. I don't know. There's a curve right before you get to Gary's house, and the car going too fast hit him head on. A big truck couldn't make the turn in their lane, so kind of had to swing wide. And anyway, so if y'all can spare some prayers. I don't need prayers for Charlie. He shouldn't have been attacking the neighbors' fucking chickens. If you're going to go to my neighbors and you're going to attack their chickens,
you get what you get.
You get what you get, and you don't throw a fit. Because, I mean, you have food and people that love you, and you should have kept your fucking ass at the house. And you should have not been trying to kill the neighbors' chickens. Dumbass. I mean, it's not like he didn't have a good life. I mean, all you had to do was stay on our side of the road, Charlie. And then Taquito. And poor Dara. Dara was like, I quit. This is it. I'm done. I can't handle it.
I was.
And I'm like, well, Taquito was mine. If anybody should be like half suicidal, it should be me, not you. And Dara was like, I just feel so bad. And I'm like, listen.
I've never in my life seen nothing like that.
Accidents happen. I mean, accidents happen. I mean, I hate that it happened. My heart hurts. But at the end of the day, I would rather Taquito get kicked in the head and killed at my house where he's been appreciated and loved than to go to slaughter. Like, it was a better, I mean, it still sucks, but he didn't suffer. I mean, she just lights out him. And then I thought about it later and I was like, did y'all make sure he was dead and not just knocked out?
Yes.
Dara, yes. You know, we had a rodeo cow that was a fucking psycho, and she would, anytime you pinned her or anything, she would charge and hit, and she hit a fence with a metal pole right there, and it caved between her horns into her brain and killed her. And she was just like, you know, people were outside the fence, but she was attacking them, you know, trying to hit the fence, and she hit just right and killed herself. That was 5 or 6 years ago.
When I got up to him,
Dara was gonna CPR him.
Man, me and her was fixing to go to battle.
And Dara was like gonna CPR Taquito.
Well, Taquito's not mean to nothing.
Nothing. He was halter broke and he gave no shits. All the rest of them went to slaughter.
Mascot, I mean.
All the rest of them went to slaughter except for him. And Jacob was like, see, you could have got $600 for him a week ago. Just a horse at the house, but she will not have a presence at my house in the future. She honestly, she is the kind of horse that slaughter is meant for, because she has attacked Elizabeth. She has now attacked a foal. She has now cornered, attacked, and killed Taquito, and there's no reason for it. Like, nobody has hurt her. Nobody has... They had gone out and started to pin stuff, but it upset her so much that she cornered him in the shed. I thought she got him in the alleyway, and Elizabeth was like, no, it happened in the shed.
Yeah.
See, that's how stuff on live video, like, people, like, they'll be like, oh, she's a liar. I just wasn't there. So I thought that y'all had, like, pinned them, and she just freaked out and started kicking.
We weren't even messing with anything in their pen. We were over there starting...
In B2.
Yeah.
Trying to get the donkeys. They were trying to pin the donkeys in B2. She's in B1, so not even in the same pin, and it pissed her off so bad that she just started attacking things inside her own pin.
I heard it, and I was like, what is that? And I looked over there, and at first all I seen was the horse, or the baby, and...
Yeah, the baby horse.
I started going over the fence, and I got over there, and the baby come running out, which was already limping, and she just had Taquito, and I mean, was just weighing one. Well, I got her off of him, and he was walking, all of a sudden he just
fell
dropped.
over. Yeah.
And I mean, as soon as he dropped, he was gone.
Yeah, but you don't know if she broke his ribs. I mean, you just don't know. Like,
Well,
she
that's
could
what
have
I was
punctured his
gonna
lung.
say
You just
is,
don't know.
Like, because like I was crying.
Yeah, Elizabeth told me, she was like, Dara's suiciding, and I'm like, what do you mean she's suiciding? Like, can anything... And she's like, yeah, Taquito died. And I'm like, the cow? Like, the cow died? And she was like, well, the horse killed the cow. And I'm like, what? None of this makes sense. Like, and then of course, like, my sense of humor is just... I literally text Elizabeth back, and I was like, I've been gone for 48 hours and y'all can't keep everything alive. Like, and Elizabeth is like, not funny, boss. And I'm like, a little bit. So see, if you don't know my sense of humor, you take the things that I say to heart. Like, I'm just kidding. Like, I've been gone 48 hours and y'all can't even keep the cow alive. Like, Jesus.
Yeah, it's a good thing you didn't send me that. I'd be like, listen, this is what I've done in 48 hours.
Listen, my sense of humor is like not fucking okay. I have the worst sense of humor in the entire world. My response to Elizabeth was like, I need you to go pin to pin and just let anything else on the property that wants to unalive itself to know that can it at least go ahead and do it now before dark.
Oh, I went back there and had me a screaming hissy fit.
Yeah, she's like bawling suicidal, and Elizabeth and I are like, if you want to unalive, you have 1 hour. It's almost sunset. Anybody else? No.
The bad part is
my
like,
staff cannot.
Like what we put into, people
I
have
know.
no clue. I mean,
They don't. They really don't. And honestly, like, Elizabeth kept trying to apologize to me for Taquito. And I'm like, you don't owe me an apology because something died. Like, she's like, I just feel really insecure in my job. Like, I should have done something different. And I'm like, what were you going to do? Run and get between?
Oh, she was ready to box.
Yeah, she was like, I thought about it.
Back to prison life and fixing to throw down.
That's what she said. And then I texted her and I was like, and then the horse would have kicked you in the head and killed you. And then I would have had to explain to your mom and dad that you sacrificed your life for a cow. Like, let's not be stupid. Like that's my point, is like, okay, all humans accounted for. Everybody have all your fingers and toes.
Yeah.
Good. It's been a good day. Nobody did.
My toes.
I have all my toes too.
You have all 10 of them?
So my sense of humor is not
Awesome.
not the same as other people's.
Yes,
And
you
like,
do.
we've just had a shit day. Like, it's been a really rough day.
But I'll
All
get
the
some
donkeys
gum
are
and
getting
put it in my
sick.
truck for you,
So
okay?
all the donkeys had to be pinned and doctored, and it took all day to do that.
Yeah.
Taquito got killed. We can't find Charlie.
So he gets a pin.
The pipe in the second pin burst or came up, with it froze, and now all of that leaked, and so that made a big giant mess, and they had to fix that. Of course, fixing water in the cold sucks. I mean, but again, it's not even been a bad day. It's just been all of those things were a bad 5 minutes, and I preach to people all the time to not let a bad 5 minutes turn into a bad hour, and don't let a bad hour turn into a bad day. Like, if you learn to process the emotions of each individual thing when they happen instead of disassociating from them, then you actually learn how to just be realistic. Like, I would have never wanted that for Taquito, but let's be honest, Taquito is a steer, and Taquito would have ended up at slaughter, so at least he lived at my house where we all really liked him. You know. And as far as Charlie goes, well, I mean, it sucks, but, I mean, if you play stupid games, you win stupid prizes. You should have kept your fucking ass at our house and not been attacking the neighbor's chickens. I mean, no, Violet wouldn't have done that, but Violet didn't have the balls to go across the street and be an idiot either.
Violet was old.
No, she wasn't too old. She was just smart. And Bear, lately, I have not been letting Bear go to the farm as much as Bear would like to go because Bear is stupid. And he wants to chase the horses and heal them. And I don't need help training, and Bear cannot. He calls off, okay, but I shouldn't have to call him off. He's 5 years old. He's done this his whole life, and all of a sudden, he's gotten real brave.
Well, like the other day, he nipped at the one that I was riding, and I was like, Bear, I will.
And did he limp off? Did he limp off?
Oh,
like, oh,
oh
God.
yeah, when I hollered his name, boy, he was just all flopping around like a quadriplegic.
Yeah, he does. He acts like, I mean, Bear will are you sure they hit him? One, Taquito is a steer cow. He's a bull. He was a bull that we gilded, so he's a steer. And he was like a little, like, half Jersey, half Longhorn, or half Holstein, half Longhorn. Just little. We named him Taquito because we saved him from being a burrito.
He was just our baby.
He was just a pet. He was halter broke, and he was a pet. Anyway, a horse kicked him in the head and killed him. And so that happened today. So that was a cow, not the dog. And Charlie is the dog. And Charlie is a stray dog. We call him Hobo Charlie because he showed up and he showed up and then just decided he was a hobosexual. He just showed up like a hobo and then wanted to breed all the dogs. And anyway, he wandered over to the neighbors and started attacking their chickens, and they came over and let us know that he had done it a couple of days, maybe like a week ago. And I told him, he's not my dog. He showed up here, but we feed him because I don't want him to starve. And they were like, well, he wears a jacket. And I'm like, well, that's the girl that works for me. She puts a jacket on him. And so he disappeared. And we don't know if he went back over there and attacked their chickens, because they told me, if he comes over and attacks our chickens again, we're going to shoot him. And I told him I hate that for him. I really do. But he's not mine to put in a yard. He's not mine to, I've asked my vet won't even neuter him because he's not ours. And I've asked my vet multiple times to neuter him. And he said he's older and, he's not my dog. And so anyway, and then, here's the thing. If we pin him up or we chain him up, then you have people that say things like, well, he's not your dog, and what if he wanted to go home? And so
there's that.
Cleo's the breeder now.
Yeah, Cleo, now the female dog, is humping everything.
Yeah, even Skeeter's head.
Poor Skeet. So long story short, Charlie is missing, and we think the neighbors probably shot him because he wouldn't leave their chickens alone. And, so it's just been a shit day. But at the end of the day, I hope all 600 people that are watching this video live and all of the thousands of replays just remember one thing. Like, you're not going to have perfect everything. We're not all going to get out of this alive. We're all going to die, and most of us are going to die by accident. So, shit happens, which includes a horse kicking the cow in the head and killing it. And my staff didn't owe me an apology. My staff didn't need to explain themselves. Like, those things happen, and they're unfortunate, and it hurts all of our feelings. I
love them boots.
Yeah, her boots are cute.
They're super cute.
And I don't think anybody was more hurt than Dara, because she's the one that probably liked Taquito the most. But we're all alive, and my child's ready to go in and eat Mexican food. And
me too.
There really isn't anything right around here to pick up the dog. Like, so Charlie was really not bad at our house. He didn't chase the horses. That's what's weird about him attacking the chickens, is he didn't really chase the horses or get in. But he did like to run inside their house and pee on their couch. Like, he wanted to run in the house and pee on the couch. Oh. He would run in the house and pee on, like, as soon as he could get through the front door.
Every piece of trash he could find.
So a couple times it got cold, and they were like, oh, poor Charlie, we're going to let him in because we feel bad for him. And then he would tear up their trash in the middle of the night. I mean, he was just kind of a fucking nuisance. But we continued to feed him and be nice to him because he was a dog. But he was not our dog. He was not our dog. And he was not our dog to, yeah. So, any questions about our shit day? Like, it's now turned into a good day. We're going to have Mexican food. Crazy good Mexican food. We're going to have crazy good Mexican food.
That's what it says.
That's right. And,
crazy, huh?
My child is just happy to be out of her car seat because we're parked. And I think that's the next thing. Like, I also think that when Elizabeth kind of mentioned, she was like, well, we just don't, you know, we know that you catch a lot of flack anytime anything dies. And I'm like, shit is going to die. We have hundreds of animals. Like, and anybody that can't understand that just doesn't need to be one of my followers.
You see my purse back there?
I see that. Is this your purse?
Yes.
Okay.
You know?
That is a purse?
I hope that makes sense. Like,
are you going to take your purse in with you?
No.
Charlie did live his best life, and Taquito was more than living his best life because all the time, anytime a horse would not eat its grain, we would get the feed into a 5-gallon bucket and then just pour it out for the cows. And then it was only Taquito lately, and he's been eating all the feed. Like, listen, Taquito had no idea that he was not high man on the totem pole.
We put him in the alley and give it to him.
But my problem with all of this is that it hurt my feelings that my staff, one, felt like they owed me an apology because they were afraid that if the hate group found out that I would be shamed. And I'm like, let them shame me. They're going to shame me no matter what. They don't give a fuck. Like, I almost made a TikTok today that was like, that's not my name. That's not my name. And with like, they call me liar. They call me animal abuser. That's not my name. That's not my name. Because at the end of the day, like, what those fucking people say about me is none of my business, honestly. And truthfully, can you imagine having nothing to do to the point that you follow a stranger and dissect their life? They dissect my life and then blow everything out of proportion to have something to talk about.
I can't believe that they spend money to...
They spend $240 a year to belong to the supporter group so they can watch our supporter-only content.
And then
Well, me and Tinley's ready to go in and eat.
We're going in to eat. I got many. Let's go.
We're hungry.
Goodbye.
Hey, I'm supposed to go let Dara out.
Oh, yeah. I don't think we should. I think we should hold Dara hostage.
Well, that means they're going to hold
Neutering poor Charlie was not going to stop Charlie from wandering across the street and attacking the neighbor's chickens. That's just not, I mean, neutering him would have stopped him from reproducing, but it wasn't going to stop him from, killing chickens because he was a hound dog. And hound dogs, especially ones that have hunted and been hog dogs, have a little bit of a desire to kill. It happens. All right, you guys, let's get our asses in here for this crazy good Mexican food. Are you all ready? Hi. There are 3 adults and 1 little person. Little person in a snowsuit.
oh, that's too cute.
Her car seat makes the back of her hair do this. I brushed her hair. Does it? Ugh. I'm like, I brushed that. I think we go this way, baby. Hey. Come on, Minnie Mouse. Thank you. Pop in there. Come on. Mommy. Dara, did you give her that fucking gum?
I did.
No, I don't have that kind of gum.
She said that you gave her that gum.
I don't buy that kind of gum.
Who gave that to you, baby?
I did.
No, where did you get it?
Jess buys gum like that all the time.
Yeah.
All right. Tell them. Say, bye, everybody.
Bye.
Say, I'm going to chew my gum that I'm not supposed to have.
I'm going to chew a gum I'm supposed to not have.
Yeah. Her little hair. I've been putting this spray in it and at least like, I don't know. Car seat. All right, you guys, show them the front of your hair, how it lays now. It's got a little part to it, but damn car seat. Where did you even find that? Where was the gum? Was it in the back seat?
No, it was between the seats.
How are you doing, guys? It was back by back. It was behind.
All right, you guys, we're out of here. Bye, you guys.